More beer from Yorkshire.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
I've got to be really careful in this video. I could be signing my own death warrant again for the 1000th time. Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I've got one from the People's Republic of Yorkshire. And it's Leeds Best Classic Yorkshire Bitter from the Leeds Brewery.
Don't talk to me about sophistication, love. I've been to Leeds.
Do I sound like Jeff Boycott? He's from Barnsley, isn't he? I went to Leeds, actually, and I got abused by a bus driver from Barnsley. He said, "We don't like them bloody cockneys coming up here and acting all flash."
Fucking northern monkeys.
And, yeah, he wanted to throw me off the bus. And even the people on the bus stuck up for me, told him to shut his mouth. He's a miserable bastard, he was. Jesus.
2 words to say to that. Shite.
What's the other one?
Shite.
Anyway, enough about bus drivers from Barnsley. I reckon he was a mate of the president, Jeff Boycott, president of the People's Republic of Yorkshire. Where does Fred Truman come from? Where did he come from? Was it Sheffield?
Now then, we're back.
I don't know, he's all from around there. Anyway, this is the Leeds Best Classic Yorkshire Bitter. I've got to fucking stop putting on a northern accent. I'm already fucking going to get lynched when I go up there. This was recommended to me by a subscriber. He said, "You've got to try out the Leeds Brewery." And I've just been checking out their website. They do quite a range of beers and they're quite small. They've only been going since 2007. I didn't know. I thought they were quite a sort of an older brewery. And they do what look like some really good beers. They're quite traditional in their outlook, and they haven't jumped on the craft beer IPA fruity beer bandwagon. They've got some quite interesting stuff, some seasonal stuff and stuff that's on all year round as well. And this is one of them. This is their bottled Leeds Best Bitter, and they do a keg version of this. Is it keg or cask? Can't remember. It's one of the two, but it's available on draft as well. And it looks quite interesting. And the brewery, as I say, they own 4 pubs, and they've only been going since 2007, but already they're getting a really good reputation apparently. And the pubs that they own naturally all sell their beer. They produce the equivalent of 70,000 pints a week. That is not bad going, I'd say. Unfortunately, I've never seen this down in civilization. It's just not down here. It's only available apparently in the People's Republic of Yorkshire.
I've never really been a beer drinker.
And I had to go to a bottle shop, not physically go, online. I got all this from what they called. Is it Drinkswell or something like that? They're based in a place called Ripon in Yorkshire. And not bad actually. I'm going to be going there again. Good service, quite reasonable, and they've got a lot of these, basically this northern beer that you can't get down in civilization. So let's carry on with the case for the prosecution. Right, 500ml bottle, 4.3 ABV. It's 500ml, which is not bloody enough if I'm going to be spending a brass farthing on this. I am so fucking dead when I go to Yorkshire. How much was it? I think it was about $2.60 something, which ain't so bad. You could probably get it cheaper up in the supermarkets up north. As I say, you cannot get it down here. I just have not seen any of this Leeds Brewery stuff down here at all. So it's probably cheaper up there. But looks quite interesting. It's, what does it say? Leeds Brewery is Leeds' largest brewer. First gold and Goldings hops combined with pale ale and crystal malts for a unique strain of Yorkshire yeast. Create a classic Yorkshire bitter. We hope you enjoy it. Yeah, it sounds good. Goldings and First Gold. Called Great British hops. Well, presuming the Goldings that they're using are not Styrian Goldings, but they make a point on their website saying all the ingredients they've used on their beers all come from the United Kingdom, so that is not a bad shout. I'm really intrigued to get this open, so I'm going to stop all this flim flam and taking the piss out of Yorkshiremen, but I'm going to get this open. Right, cap is plain brass colour on that. Just nothing to see here. Right, let's get it into glass. Oh, it smells nice. I can smell it from here. Lovely malty aroma coming from that. Looks quite good, quite clear. Fair levels of carbonation. 1.5 finger, slightly off white head, tightly packed bubbles. Oh, it smells really nice. Lovely sweet caramel malt. Oh, that does smell good. Some fruit on that as well. Some like dried fruit. It actually smells like a Christmas cake, if you can imagine that. They do weird things up north. They put cheese on their Christmas cake and eat it. Cheese and Christmas cake. For fuck's sake, man. You call us uncivilised. That smells really nice. Thankfully, no cheesy aromas. Don't think it's bottle conditioned. Doesn't mention it. No, not getting that at all. So let's just get it all in there. Now that looks really nice. That looks like a proper pint. Let's get it down my Gregory Peck. Cheers. Oh, wow. That is really good. God, that is superb. Lovely, fruity, dark fruit flavours on that, like raisin, dark cherry, black cherry. The yeast strain on that is reminding me slightly of the Green King type yeast, you know, that sweet fruit that I can get from that. And it is like as I say, it does taste like a sort of a Christmas cake. It has got that type of fruity flavour that you normally get in there, you know, with the dried fruit, like raisins, sultanas, black cherries even. But the malts on this do stand out too. Lovely sweet caramel, along with that dark fruit. Now I'm drinking this at room temperature, and I've had it down in the kitchen with the door open, so it is, I wouldn't say it's room temperature, it's just above, it's about cellar temperature, I'd say. And I'm getting all them flavours. The mouthfeel is absolutely superb, very smooth, almost creamy, but not. There's still a tiny touch of carbonation in there. Head retention is reasonably good as well. Oh, that's lovely. And it gets even more moorish, if you can imagine that. As you're drinking, you just think, oh, I want some more of this. With that sweet, fruity type flavour. Slight bitterness on the end. But this is all about the malt, sweet malt, and dark fruit. And for a bitter, it hasn't really got that, that black pepper finish you get from English hops. And, the spicy finish that they talk about. It hasn't really got that. And they've called it a bitter. And I would have been expecting like a little bitterness on the back end, or at least some bitterness somewhere, but it's not. And that's not a complaint, because this is really good in its own right. Oh, that is just superb. It's really good. Yeah, excellent. That's all I can say about that. Very smooth, very moorish. Lots of sweet caramel malt. Lots of dried fruit on that. Dark dried fruit. Superb creamy mouthfeel. And overall, just very, very moorish. So what's the verdict on Leeds Bitter? That is a superb bottle of beer. And at 4.3%, this could be the ultimate session bitter. Now, the name is slightly misleading. It's called a bitter. It hasn't really got, the finish you normally get with, say, Challenger hops, you get quite a big spicy finish on that gives bitter its bitterness. I haven't really got it on there. I don't really get that on the finish, that spiciness. This is all about the malt and the fruit. And I am not complaining, because that just tastes superb. But what does it for me is how moorish this is. You take a few mouthfuls, and the first initial mouthful was really nice. But then you sort of drink more and you think, Christ, this is good. And you just want to get more and more down your neck. And it's 4.3%. And it has got an absolutely superb mouthfeel. So the combination of them two and them great flavours, that is just the ultimate package for me. That beer is 10 out of 10. That is really good British beer. And I don't know whether you're going to be able to get it down here. If you're, I don't know, obviously in Yorkshire you'll be able to get this, but further out, I don't think, I had to actually get this online from a Yorkshire bottle shop. So it's not very sort of forthcoming down in the south. But, if you're anywhere near Yorkshire or surrounding areas, or even if you want to go online, it's that bottle shop based in Ripon. I think it's called Drinkswell or something like that. Get on there. They've got some fantastic beers, hard to get hold of beers, certainly down sort of London and the south east. And I'd definitely recommend you get on there, certainly get some of this. This is fantastic stuff. I am definitely going to be buying some of that again. And I am going to try, and I'm going to make it my mission to try and get some more of their stuff, because it is absolutely superb. Very impressive. 10 out of 10 for me. Highly, highly recommended. You've got to try it. And remember, beer is working class champagne.
Yorkshire Airlines, departing Leeds International Airstrip, touching down 20 minutes later at Leeds International Airstrip. Because if it's outside Yorkshire, it's not worth bloody visiting.